It's that time of year when the automotive elite venture to Las Vegas for the annual meeting of the Specialty Equipment Market Association, or the SEMA convention. Of course, Motorhead Garage's own Sam and Dave were present for this showcase of tech and technique, learning how a trim manufacturer picks its projects, how to use a fingertip to protect your car, as well as purchasing performance parts. They also learn about the best way to bolt headers and how a muffler maker is turning the world upside down. They also get down and dirty when it comes to coolants and shaken up when it comes to custom wheels. And should you find yourself without a groove, they may have found a way to get it back. All of this and even a few show vehicles coming up next on Motorhead Garage.
Well, welcome to the 2014 SEMA show. You know, this is a great show. I'm Sam Amolo, and we're going to cover this show for the next 3 weeks, so you don't want to miss an episode. It's unbelievable how many people are here. I'm here with Dave Bowman. He's out looking at some other things, but we're going to kick off the show by starting out with what's brand new in the Escort radar booth, and we're with Ron Jividen. Ron, what's new for 2014 at Escort here at SEMA?
1 year ago, we introduced and turned the radar detector industry inside out. Much like cameras used to be film, we released last year at this show the world's only all-digital radar detector, which allowed us to see farther, reduce noise, and do things that could never be done before in the world of radar detectors. This new radar detector is the extension of that digital platform. The all-new Passport Max 2 radar detector, Bluetooth equipped. So now it's got a Bluetooth chip built in, so now the detector automatically ties to our Escort Live ticket protection app. Think of omnipotence when you're driving. Everywhere you go, before you even leave, your radar detector is connected to everyone else in the app, so you will know before you go. Oh, by the way, we also introduced Spanish, and we've done some other enhancements, but that's the big deal, Bluetooth equipped. That's the flagship, $599.95. We took the display, took some of those features. It speaks Spanish, but we brought this down to an elevated entry-level price point, the new Passport, $349.95. It too is Bluetooth equipped and ties right to the app. So now you will know before you go.
And this is awesome. You know, using these radar detectors makes you a safer driver because it keeps you involved, does all kinds of neat things, and you've got the latest and greatest technology here at the show. This is awesome stuff, folks, and I want to tell you, we're going to see what Dave Bowman's looking at because he may need a detector with the vehicles he's with.
You know, Sam and I have been known to restore old cars now and then. One of the problems you run into, of course, is trying to find the parts for it, especially like trim parts. They don't exist, and if they do, they're probably not in very good shape. Well, we have an answer for that, and that is Original Parts Group. And we got Tony Genti here, who has this beautiful Cadillac. You guys did a wonderful job on that, and you used some of your parts on this, didn't you?
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, we use about 25–30% of our own parts that we manufacture throughout the restoration on this. Now, this is a pretty unique car, and we started with a good car, so a lot of the components are the original car parts to it, the grille and the bumpers we re-chromed and stuff. But 63 Cadillac Eldorado, hardtop, not a convertible, extremely rare, somewhere between 9 and 13 is what we're hearing were ever made. And we were lucky enough to dig one up in Huntington Beach in our backyard in pretty good condition, and today you see the restoration in front of you that's about a week old.
So when you're going to try to find these cars to replicate parts, man, you're very picky about what you're looking for, aren't you?
Absolutely. We got to start with a good car, because if we're going to produce the parts have to be really good to start from doing tooling. So that's one of our key factors. What's the condition of the car? What's the condition of the parts? And then can we produce parts for them? And then also, can we test fit on there when we're done producing the parts?
So you have it on the Cadillac and all these other types of cars. How far back do you go? You cover a wide variety.
Yeah, we do. In Cadillac, we go back to 1954, and then our A-body line, we start back in the 1964 range, and we go all the way up through the 87, 88 models of Monte Carlos and El Caminos.
All right, well, there you have it, folks. You got an old car you want to restore, and you need parts you can't find, OPGI is the place to go. All right, Sam, back to you, buddy.
Well, Davey, I'm in here, Auto Secure USA booth at SEMA, and these guys have got a great product. And if you're going to protect your car from being stolen, this is a great way to go. And here with Steven, tell us how this thing works.
This is the ultimate vehicle security anti-theft system that's on the market today. The system actually locks out the starting system to your vehicle. You need your fingerprint, which is a true live fingerprint, to actually allow your vehicle to start, which is nothing that any other product that's out there on the market has today.
So it has to be programmed to recognize your fingerprint, is that correct?
It does. This product can actually recognize up to 30 fingerprints, and it's a very simple installation. The basic installation is a 5-wire hookup, and then you can go to the advanced installations to flash your lights, honk your horns.
I see, and it looks like that button fits right in a factory slot, doesn't it?
Yes, the button actually fits into most of your OEM slots, so there's really no cutting that's involved to your car for most of your Hondas, Nissans, Kias, and everything else. So the actual part does snap right into the OEM location.
That's great. I see this here looks like some kind of a lock, maybe for a firearm. Is that right?
That's absolutely correct. I use these also for firearms for vehicles. So if you have a lock safe in your vehicle, you can actually use our biometric piece to release the firearm lock mechanism.
So I guess the law enforcement people really like that.
Yes, they do, because they use a biometrics piece to use it as the unlock for their firearm for their personal vehicles for each law enforcement agency.
Now, I'll tell you what, this is a great way to go to protect your vehicle and your goods. Right now, we need to take a quick break, but there's a lot more coming from SEMA, so stay with us.
Motorhead Garage SEMA Edition is being brought to you by ARP, the world leader in fastener technology, and by Original Parts Group, the world's largest source for GMA body parts and accessories, and by Engine Tech, the engine builder's source, and by Quick Cut Sanders, the world's best wet sanding system, and by Axel, feel the thrill. Welcome back to this special edition of Motorhead Garage from the 2014 SEMA show in Las Vegas, Nevada. Many of the nation's best show cars are displayed here over this weekend. In the ARP booth, we find Angelo Vespi's 1969 Rally Sport Camaro, a modern concept-style car built in Mooresville, North Carolina by Detroit Speed. In front of a Tremec 5-speed transmission is a blown LSX massed motorsports engine. A tubular chassis underpins the car, tied to a hydroformed subframe up front and a quadrillink in the rear. The outside features unique bodywork such as a true ram air induction, monochromatic paint with a checkered flag motif, and an array of ARP fasteners, of course. Now let's check in with Dave Bowman, who's loitering on the other side of the ARP booth.
You know, one of the things about these NASCAR Sprint Cup engines is they're all held together with ARP fasteners. But you know what? That's not the only thing they have. We got Chris Raschke here. And Chris, you got other fasteners that besides this.
Yes, we've added over 211 new products this year to our catalog, and they range from carburetor kits, exhaust collector kits, head bolt kits, you name it.
Yeah, now you've got some special ones for those old Carter AFB carburetors.
Yeah, the Carter AFB carburetor's been around for years. Edelbrock's reproduced the carburetor now, and they do it in a nice black finish. So you can take the commercial bolts out of that carburetor and put our high-strength stainless in there. It's going to look good. They're not going to corrode. They won't rust.
And that way it'll match with all the rest of the stuff you have, right?
Oh yeah, full complement of ARP 12-point fasteners.
Now, one of the other things I noticed that you have over here is you got fasteners for headers too.
You know, there's always a collector on the end of a header tube. There's usually 3 or 4 bolts holding those on there, and they're in the worst environment of the car. They're in a heat and corrosive environment being below the car. So we developed a high-strength fastener kit from stainless, and it uses a plated nut with dry lube film, so the nut won't gall. It'll always be able to service the header.
Now, also, I noticed that here in your booth, you got something for blowers.
A lot of racing enthusiasts have a 671 supercharger on their car, and all those kits are always sold with an Allen bolt, which will rust or corrode, or a commercial-grade hex bolt. And we developed another 12-point N-hex stainless kit that someone can go at the house on the weekend and take an hour and replace those bolts with a high-strength and very highly polished bolt kit.
There you go, folks. Now you can go ahead, make your old look like brand new with ARP.
Well, Dave, a lot of great stuff here at SEMA. I'm at the XL booth. This is a new thing they got called the Kit Selector. I'm here with Tim Martin. Tim, tell me about this.
Oh, it's awesome. It's a digital tool basically to help consumers make the right choice at the right time at the right price, just what they want.
Where do I find this?
Well, it's certainly going to be on our site at excel-ignition.com, and we're working hard this fall, this winter, to get it on our customer site. So any auto retailer, it hopefully will be on their site soon, at least spring 2015.
Awesome. So I can walk into a retailer or I go online, and this is what I see. Take us through what you can do here.
Sure. The whole idea here is you pick, we help, you save. And so you just simply, to initiate, you look at the price range, and I'm going to say, oh, let's spend, I'm probably in the $300 range. I'm certainly looking for performance. And then it's just going through picking what it tells you to cues you up for. So this is, let's say, a 2005 Ford Mustang. Pretty easy. Actually, it's kind of fun. And then we're going to go one more to the engine. And then we're going to pick the ignition coil. And then let's pick that one. And then all we do is total it up by putting it in our cart. And we get a list of what we've chosen. We get our discount. There's a, by the way, if you choose 2 or more products, you get a 5% manufacturer rebate.
Awesome, and this gives you all the options, the different kits, like we'd like a 1 coil pack, or buying a savings of buying all 8 coil packs.
That's correct.
All kinds of options here.
That's correct. Yes, there's a lot of new products, a lot of new kits. In fact, we actually have a program that tells you all about the kits that will also be on the website.
That's great. A great innovation from XL. You're looking for performance, this is the way to shop for it, I'll tell you. We're going to take a quick break. Stick around. Got a lot more coming from SEMA.
Hey, welcome back to Motorhead Garage. We're here in the VR12 booth here at the SEMA show. And one of the things we've learned is that the majority of racing engines around the country use water as a coolant. Well, now that's good, but it also can cause a problem too. Over time, water in an engine can cause corrosion and electrolysis, and that can cost you money. Well, we got a cure for that, and that's with VR12. We got Louis Latour here with VR12. And give us a little bit more of an insight of how that works and why it works so well in a racing engine.
Thank you, Dave. Nice seeing you again. VR12 specifically made for racing engines. In other words, we make water racing water. We take water to the next level. We help electrolysis. We also help to control oxidation. A very important thing about VR12 is that VR12 is organic, biodegradable. It's a product for the future of our children's children. So we're very proud at this point in time to work with a very prestigious company called Motorhead Distributing. And Scott, I'd like to welcome you to the family.
And welcome, Scott. And I believe you have a plaque here to present it, Louis?
Yes. Scott, this is a plaque, and thank you for being part of the partnership of VR12. We're very animated and proud to work with Motorhead. We're looking forward to a very good long-term relationship. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Motorhead's very proud to be a partner with VR12, and we look forward to a long and successful relationship.
And there you go. And Scott, welcome to the show, and thank you for promoting motorsports the way you do.
Thank you.
All right, folks. Well, let's find out what Sam's up to.
Well, Davey, I'm here in the Hurst booth. Now we've got Hurst, B&M, and Flowmaster. I'm here with Chris McCullum. Chris, tell us what's new from Hurst.
Well, we're really excited this year for 2014 SEMA. We actually have launched a new line of suspension program. We have new springs, sway bars, which are actually in a traditional black and gold powder-coated finish, real traditional with the original Hurst colors. It has a real nice stance, lowers the vehicle about 1 inch overall, gives a nice ride height. We have sway bars that actually control the body roll, give it a little bit more control on the vehicle. Overall, your performance is increased. The handling is much increased with this performance package. We've also introduced a line of performance wheels, kind of heritage of what Hurst did back in the 50s and 60s when they were originally making the forged two-piece wheels. We've come out with a line of real high-end late model, as well as muscle cars, 15s, 17s, and some 20-inch late model muscle car wheels as well.
That's great. So you can combine the suspension package, the wheels. What else you got from Hurst that's brand new?
Basically, what we're trying to do is create a whole vehicle package, an accessory program, kind of like, you know, you can create your own Hurst car. Everything you would want to put on your vehicle to create a Hurst edition vehicle, minus an actual Signature Series car. We've introduced a line of 304 stainless steel exhaust systems as well. Highly polished, TIG welded, top drawer stuff, polished stainless steel tips, the Hurst etched logo in them, all for late model muscle. We're also going to be coming out with some early model muscle cars for some A-body Chevelles, Corvettes, Skylarks, a lot of new things as well from Hurst coming out, floor mats, everything you could possibly want for your early model or late model muscle car from Hurst.
Now, we're with Alex Ortega. Alex, tell us what's new from Flowmaster.
Well, one of the main things that we're excited to release this upcoming year for 2015 is the actual 2015 Ford Mustang GT Pro Series exhaust system, along with various other exhaust systems for this particular model. That includes the V8, the V6, the 4-cylinder, the EcoBoost, and various other truck kits that we have planned for 2015. One of the main things here with the Pro Series is that the fact that it's an actual axle-back direct bolt-on system, which is very easy to install. Comes with all the hardware. It has everything you need. You can easily install it out of your own garage within probably 45 to 1 hour worth of labor.
That's great. Now, you also have a line of direct fit converters, too. Is that right?
Direct fit catalytic converters that are now CARB certified, which is huge. We've waited a very long time to get that certification process done, and it's finally here. So you'll see a good 25 to 30 initial catalytic converters being released in the first quarter of 2015. And then moving forward, we plan on releasing a lot more.
If you got a Mustang, a pickup truck, if you need exhaust, these are the folks to go to. Right now, we need to take a quick break. Stick around.
This special SEMA edition of Motorhead Garage has been brought to you by Escort Radar, laser protection at the speed of light. And by Engine Tech, the engine builder's source. And by D&S Curing Solutions, the future of paint curing. And by Thermoblade, the safety wiper blade of the future. And by Auto Secure, be sure with Auto Secure.
Hey, welcome back to Motorhead Garage here at the SEMA show. Hey, you know, we're coming into winter, and that means time to get stuck. Well, we found something here at the SEMA show that'll get you out of that problem. We got Jeffrey Brown here with Traction Jack. Now, Jeffrey, tell me a little bit about this Traction Jack. This looks like a pretty neat deal.
Sure, thanks, Dave. So this is our new product, the Traction Jack, and it is a vehicle recovery device, as you said, helps people get out of the sand, the snow, the mud, anytime the vehicle might get stuck. What we wanted to do is introduce a new product on the market to help customers with the issue of storage. So our product is foldable. Rather than having to mount it on their vehicles, we're looking to have a bigger market where people can store it at many places of the vehicle, in the trunk, under seats, things like that. The product is really long. It's 52 inches long, so it gives you almost 4.5 feet of traction. It can support up to 1,500 pounds on our model right here. Comes in many different colors, whatever our customers might want. The product has gutters underneath to keep it from slipping out from underneath the train. And we have different features coming out with, like a carrying bag, got a folding shovel, things like that.
So you got the complete kit, even got a line on it so that if you get this thing buried down in the sand or the snow, you can pull it out.
Exactly, yeah. The leash is so that customers don't lose their product in the element. So if it gets buried in the sand, instead of having to dig for it, you can pull that leash right out and get your product going again.
The nice thing that I like about it, of course, is you can fold it up, you can store it in your car, store it in your truck. This is something that if you're off-road, you definitely want to have with you. Anyway, Jeffrey, this is a great product. Thank you for letting us stop by and show it here at the SEMA show.
Well, Dave, I'm here in the Good Guys Hot Rod and Custom Association booth. I find this beautiful Chevrolet C10 pickup truck. Then I look at the paperwork here. This is the 2015 Grand Prize giveaway. The interesting thing is I'm here with the guy that built it, and that's Justin. Hey, Justin, tell us about this truck.
Well, I said 1970 C10 truck. We got that contract by Good Guys Rod and Custom and built it for a giveaway for 2015 truck. It's on a Scott's Hot Rods full tube chassis that we manufacture in-house. There's over 183 body models in this truck that we did all in-house. A group of talented fabricators at our shop, led by Bryson Smith as our shop foreman, who led the build on the truck with multiple guys that were assisting with him as well. We had about probably 15 people in general, from the Palmer's paint to Ron Minkus interiors, on as a team effort to get this truck done in 7 months time frame.
It's beautiful. What's the color?
The color is actually a 2010 Dodge factory.
You know, this is just a super duper truck. And you guys spent a lot of time doing it. Where is Scott's Hot Rods, by the way?
We're in Oxnard, California.
That's great. We've got a great shop, a great team. Now, I'll tell you what, this truck, you need to go to the Good Guys event to take a chance on winning this truck, because it is fabulous. It's all the time we have for today. We got a lot more coming with the SEMA coverage, so join us next week at the same time here at Motorhead Garage. See you later.
As we close out our first day's coverage of the SEMA show, let's preview some of the fabulous technology we'll be looking at in weeks to come. In next week's episode, we'll be looking at supercharging a Jeep, as well as going tubular with some items for the shop, like this hose slide, and a basic improvement on pouring liquids. Then we'll look into improving your ride by heating up your wiper blades and cooling off your cabin. For those with trucks, you can't beat a big, beefy grill. And finally, Sam and Dave will look into improving your car's exterior note through exhaust system upgrades, and the interior note with sound system upgrades. We'll see you again next week on the next episode of Motorhead Garage, coming to you from Las Vegas at the Las Vegas Convention Center and the SEMA Show.